Welcome to the Off the Pitch podcast.
Let's get started.
Hello and welcome back to the Off the Pitch. I'm Hannah Morales, and joining me today, as always, is our brilliant football analyst, Gaffer's Jesselsees. Gaffer, it's been a whirlwind summer, hasn't it?
It certainly has, Hannah. This transfer window has been packed with headline-grabbing moves, big club strategies shifting, and some deeply emotional moments in the football world. But if there's one story that's defined the last few weeks, it's Benjamin Sesko's blockbuster move to Manchester United.
Yes, £73.7 million from RB Leipzig. That's £66.26 million up front and £7.36 million in performance-related add-ons. And what's fascinating is that United beat Newcastle to a signature, even though Newcastle's second bid was reportedly higher up front. What made this happen?
Two things stand out. First, Sesko's personal preference. He's been on United's radar since he was 16 at Red Bull Salzburg, and while he wasn't ready for a Premier League move in 2022, now he feels it's the right time. Second, United's pitch, and I'm not talking about Old Trafford's grass. Jason Wilcox, Christopher Vivel, and Matt Hargreaves went to Leipzig to close the deal. The message was clear. We have a plan, you're central to it, and you'll be part of a long-term project.
And that's not something you can always buy with money. Sesko himself talked about the positive energy and family environment he felt. That's important for a 22-year-old who's still got room to grow. But let's go tactical. What's his role in Ruben Amorim's system?
Amorim's preseason lineups tell the story. Against Fiorentina in the Snapdragon Cup, Mason Mount started as a false nine, Rasmus Højlund was on the bench, and much of United's attacking threat came from set pieces. Amorim admitted post-match they struggled without a striker reference point. Sesko solves that immediately. He's 6'4", matches Haaland's height, has a top speed of 35.69 kilometers per hour, and offers elite aerial threat. 8 headed goals in 2 Bundesliga seasons. He can hold the ball up, run the channels, and is unusually good at dribbling for a big man. 1.46 successful take-ons per 90, the highest among Bundesliga out-and-out strikers last season. That's perfect for United's need to be more dangerous both in transition and against deep blocks.
And he's a shot maker too, right? Not just a tap-in merchant?
Exactly. He's overperformed his XG, 27 Bundesliga goals from 17.7 expected goals in the last 2 seasons, with goals like the 40-yard outside of the boot strike against Bayern Munich and the 126.43 km/h rocket against Werder Bremen. That sort of ball striking can win games out of nothing. The risk, of course, is whether that overperformance is sustainable in the Premier League. But Amorim will want to channel that flair into high-quality chances too.
Speaking of Amorim, his quote after the Fiorentina match stuck with me. He said, "We lacked fluidity without a striker reference." Now, Sesko arrives alongside Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha. How does this trio work together?
Potentially beautifully. Mbeumo's work rate and creativity from the right, Cunha's ability to carry and link play, and Sesko's vertical presence mean United can threaten in multiple ways. On the break, through patient build-up, and from set pieces. Amorim said Cunha and Mbeumo are only at 50 to 60% of their potential. If all three hit form, United's attack could go from predictable to multi-dimensional.
That Fiorentina game was also emotional for another reason. David De Gea's return as an opponent.
Absolutely. He got a standing ovation, a framed picture presentation, and then reminded everyone why he's a legend with that point-blank save from Lenny Euro's header. But sentiment aside, the game exposed United's midfield issues. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes didn't control the tempo. There's interest in Brighton's Carlos Baleba, but the fee is huge, and Brighton don't have a replacement yet.
Which ties into Højlund's future. United might accept around £40 million. AC Milan are circling, and Leipzig even explored a loan swap earlier. Is selling him smart?
If the fee funds a transformative midfield signing, maybe. But Højlund has only been here a year. Selling now is a gamble, especially if Sesko needs time to adapt. Amorim will have to weigh immediate balance versus long-term depth.
Let's jump to the fallout for Newcastle. They lost the Sesko race, and now the Isak situation is tricky.
Exactly. Isak wants to leave, but Newcastle will only sell if they have a replacement. Liverpool bid £110 million plus add-ons, rejected. Sesko was their ideal target, and without him, options narrow. This is a classic recruitment bottleneck, and while PIF-owned clubs have splashed £500 million in fees again this summer, Newcastle's attack could actually be weaker come September.
Chelsea, meanwhile, are pushing for Alejandro Garnacho. Talks have advanced, and he expects to move.
That's big. Garnacho's directness and ability to beat a man are valuable in the current Premier League. For United, losing him without a replacement would hurt wing depth. For Chelsea, it's another young asset in a squad full of them. But it raises the question of balance and whether they're signing for fit or for potential resale value.
At City, Jack Grealish's absence from the Sicily trip suggests an exit.
It's a reminder of Pep's ruthless evolution. Grealish hasn't consistently hit his Aston Villa peak in Manchester. City's focus now is on refining around key pillars like Haaland and De Bruyne, even if it means moving on high-profile names. The destination, whether Everton, as mooted, or abroad, will determine his next chapter.
We should talk about Liverpool's summer, too, one marked by tragedy. Diogo Jota's death has hit the club and his former teammates hard.
Yes, and Fabinho's reflections from Al Ittihad were deeply human. He spoke about valuing life, cherishing family, and how Jota's passing shifted his outlook. It's a reminder that behind all the transfers and tactics are people with real bonds. On the football side, Liverpool have undergone a major squad refresh, and how they channel that emotional weight into the new season will be telling.
On the Arsenal side, Ethan Nwaneri's long-term deal is symbolic, keeping one of England's brightest talents after a 7-goal breakout season.
It's a signal of intent. Arsenal are investing in youth who can contribute now and later. Nwaneri's creativity and ability to make things happen fit Arteta's attacking ethos perfectly. It also tells young prospects, stay here and you'll get opportunities.
Leeds hosting Milan in Dublin, big crowd expected out of Vieira Stadium. Preseason friendlies aren't just about fitness, are they?
No, they're brand activations, revenue drivers, and morale builders. Facing Milan in front of a big Irish crowd strengthens Leeds' international profile, even as they prep for domestic challenges.
Ballon d'Or nominees are out. Salah, Dembele, Lamine Yamal among them. Media cases are already being made.
The shortlist reflects a blend of established stars and rising phenoms. The media debate isn't just about stats, it's about narratives, big game moments, and influence on team success.
Speaking of influence, off the pitch, Real Madrid's retro third kid and Barca's NBA icon collaboration show clubs chasing cultural relevance.
Absolutely. Kits are no longer just uniforms. They're fashion statements, fan base expansion tools, and global brand assets. In an era where matchday revenue is dwarfed by commercial income, these moves matter strategically.
Let's compare strategies across leagues. Premier League clubs are spending on young, high-ceiling players, Sesko, Nwaneri, Garnacho. In Spain, we see more loan deals and targeted big club branding. In Germany, Leipzig sold Sesko but maintained squad balance. What's the takeaway?
In England, the TV revenue cushion allows big transfer bets. Spain's giants rely on branding and commercial reach to fund selective signings. Germany's model values sustainability, selling high, reinvesting smart. The common thread? Every league is trying to future-proof while staying competitive now.
And managers play a huge role. Amorim at United, Klopp at Liverpool, Blanc and Al Ittihad, Tite's national team methods. All different, but each shaping transfer decisions.
Yes, Amorim wants verticality and pressing triggers, hence Sesko. Klopp blends intensity with technical control. Blanc's focus at Al Ittihad is man management and leveraging veterans like Fabinho. Tite, known for set-piece detail, would suit a player like Sesko in an international setup.
All right, Gaffer, final thoughts. What does this summer tell us about where football is heading?
That elite clubs are thinking longer term, even under pressure. The age profile of signings is dropping. Squad building is as much about brand and resale value as on-pitch fit. And the line between football and culture is blurrier than ever. Sesko's transfer is a perfect microcosm, a player with potential, marketability, and tactical fit, arriving as part of a wider rebuild that includes facilities, squad balance, and fan connection.
Well, there you have it. From Old Trafford to the Aviva Stadium, from the Bernabeu's retro vibes to Barca's NBA link-up, this has been a summer of change, challenge, and ambition. Gaffer, as always, thank you for your insights.
Pleasure as always, Hannah.
And to our listeners, stick with us all season. We'll break down every twist, every tactic, and every transfer that shapes the beautiful game. This has been the Off the Pitch. I'm Hannah Morales, he's Gaffer's Jesselsees, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening and subscribe for my channel.